A very good morning to all of you, my dear friends. This is Shafiq Ahmed, and you're all welcome to your favorite YouTube channel. Let's learn together.
So my dear students, here is the chapter. Chapter name is what is government. So before letting us or getting us understand with the word government, I will give you few examples also. Let us begin the chapter that man lives in a society. So my question is that whether animals do not live in a society? We don't know. They might be having a society among themselves, but we already know that we are the human beings, and we as a man, we live in a society. We do not live in a jungle, we do not live in a forest, we live with our people. So that is the society where we are living, है ना? हम लोग एक ग्रुप में रहते हैं. We do not live alone in a particular desert area or in a forest. We do not live alone, we live in a society, and we are all dependent on the society to fulfill all our needs, and we depend on society. That is really quite important, my dear students. That is quite important, that we should live in a society, because the people in the society, your neighbors, especially your neighbors, might be or going to be going to help you. He or she will help you in the time of need, when you will fall down from any place, when you will be sick, when you will be hospitalized, or when you need some money also, when you are hungry also, and when you are thirsty also. This society, the people in the society are going to help you, my dear students. So we should never try to stay away from society. We should always live in the society and follow the rules and the regulations of the society as well. We because to reconcile various interests of people, and to resolve issues, means if you will live all alone, then there would be no one to help you. But if you will live in a society, then your different type of issues and problems, है ना, can be solved, can be resolved. You can be have a lot of people helping you to make particular decisions also. आपको वो मदद करेंगे. अगर आप सोसाइटी में रहेंगे तो आपको कोई डिसीजन लेने में, कोई प्रॉब्लम्स होने पर, you can consult, you can discuss with the people. So there is a need that we should live in a society, we should live with other people, we should help each other also. So to resolve issues or the problems, or in the interest of the people, if you want to take any decision in the interest of the people, है ना, लोगों के फायदे के लिए कुछ डिसीजन लेना है, किसी पर्टिकुलर इश्यू को सॉल्व करना. सपोज देयर आर लॉट ऑफ वेस्टेजेस, है ना, अराउंड योर हाउस और आउटसाइड योर हाउस और इन योर लोकेलिटी, है ना. आपके मोहल्ले में बहुत सारी गंदगी फैली हुई है. देन whom you will ask to clean all the waste, clean all the garbages? There must be somewhere you can go and ask for help. So there is need of an organization. एक organization, एक committee की जरूरत है. There is a need of an organization where you can ask, where you can report, and where you can go for the help. So such type of organization is called government. That is all, my dear student, about the government. That the organization that we form to resolve our issues, to take decisions on our behalf, we need someone, we need some organization, and that type of organization are known as government. So my dear students, we were discussing about the government, that what is government, and why we need a government. So what we have discussed till now, that we need government to solve our issues, so that we can report to the government also. It is an important element of the state. No social as well as economic issues that arise can be left to personal choice. हाँ, if there is an issue, मान लेते हैं अगर कोई प्रॉब्लम आपके घर में है, then we do not need government to solve the issues which are inside your home. But if there is a issue which is related to the society, which is related to the economic condition of the country, then we cannot leave such decision to a personal choice. किसी एक आदमी के ऊपर हम लोग नहीं छोड़ सकते हैं कि वो डिसाइड करे पूरे सोसाइटी के लिए. We cannot leave, है ना, to make decision by a single person in that case. So we need government at that particular time to solve any of the issues which is related to social and economic of the country. यानी पैसे से related country का economy जो है ना, country का economic condition, financial condition अगर weak हो रहा है, then we need government to solve. We can't solve personally on our personal level. We need government. And if there are some issues related to the society, then also we need what? Government. We also need discipline and order in society. So we need government over here to maintain discipline also, to maintain law and order in the society also. Therefore, every country needs a government to make decisions and get the things done. और इसीलिए हर कंट्री को जरूरत है. Every country needs a government or an organization, you can say an organization also. So there must be an organization in every country, or let me tell you that there must be an organization in every society, in every village, in every city, in every town, and in every country. There must be an organization to solve all the issues of the people and even to take decisions which is good for the people of the country. So that is the need of the government over there, that we need such an organization. We cannot take decisions on other people, on the part of other people. We cannot take decisions. We need a government, we need a group of people who can take decisions on the behalf of the country also. हम लोग अपने लिए डिसीजन तो मेंटेन कर सकते हैं, ले सकते हैं, लेकिन अपने सोसाइटी के लिए हम सिर्फ अकेले खड़े होकर डिसीजन नहीं ले सकते. हम लोगों को क्या चाहिए? ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बनाना होगा, एंड वी मस्ट हैव ग्रुप ऑफ पीपल इन सच ऑर्गेनाइजेशन to make decisions, to take decisions, to do good for the country or for the society. So that type of organization is known as government. अब चलो आगे देखते हैं. Let us discuss. Let us take the example of your school. Yes, that is good for the student. If you are going to take example of a school, let us see. You need a monitor in the class to maintain discipline and order to report to the class teacher. Yes, many times or always the class teacher used to appoint a monitor in the class, and monitor has to maintain discipline when there is no teacher in the class, and monitor has to report to the class teacher also about the behavior of the students, about the problems of the class also. Suppose a fan is not working in your class, then what you will do? Then you will have to report it to the monitor of the class. The monitor will then report it to the class teacher, and then the class teacher will report to the coordinator or the principal, and then finally the thing will be done, and your class, the fan, if the fan is not working, the fan will be repaired or it will be changed. So there is a huge, you can say chain, there is a chain to solve a particular issue. The headmaster and the principal look after the academic and administrative affairs of the school. So there is a headmaster in your school, or you can say we call him or her as a principal of the school, who used to take academic decisions and who looks as well in the administrative affair of the school, such as whether the fees are being collected or not, whether the books are produced, have been given to the students or not, whether the teachers are taking the class on time or not, whether the examination is going on properly or not. So all the these type of things are handled by the principal, or you can say the headmaster of the school, who looks into this affair. So we need a person over there, we need an organization, we need a team to solve all the issues and the problems of the school also. So likewise we need a government also to take care of our needs and resolve differences. अगर दो आदमी आपस में झगड़ रहे हैं और दो आदमी को छोड़ देते हैं, let us see that if two groups of people are fighting, or two groups of people are having some issues among them, उनके बीच में अगर कुछ problems हैं, then who will solve? If there will be no one to solve their issues, then both the group will fight each other and they might die also. They might kill them, they might harm each other. वो अपने आप को एक दूसरे को नुकसान पहुंचा देंगे. Then we need an organization over there to resolve their issues. उनके लिए कुछ एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन होना चाहिए जो उनका ये प्रॉब्लम्स को सॉल्व करेंगे अगर दो ग्रुप आपस में झगड़ रहे हैं तो. So such type of organization is known as government. So that is the need of the government in our life. There is really a great need of the government in our life, my dear students. Now our next topic is what does the government do? Government करता क्या है हमारे लिए? So let us see. The government, point number one, the government takes decisions like where to build roads, where to build schools, where to build hospitals, and it also takes decisions to control the price of the vegetables, fruits, etc. And even they control crime also. So these are the work, these are the field of the government where they used to take decisions. And you can see in the photographs also, in the images, that there is a railway, Indian railway is there, government official is there, post office is there, even all India Institute of Medical Science is there. So government used to take decisions there, such as where to make all these things available, in which places this type of facilities should be made, where to make government, way to make roads, way to build schools and hospitals. And even they control the price of the vegetables. Vegetable means they will not let the people who are selling the vegetables at a higher price. They will just control them. They can put them behind jail also, in the jail also, if you will sell a particular vegetable at a higher cost, है ना. अगर कोई vegetable वाले जो हैं वो 10 रुपए का चीज को अगर 20 में बेचेंगे, then the government can force them and ask him or her to stop also. In that case, that is quite important, my dear students, that the government should perform its duty, and the government is performing. Even the government control the price of the fruits and other materials, petrol, diesel, all the things. So government is doing their work. Even the government has to control crime also. So you might have seen police station in your area also, nearby in 1 or 2 kilometer distances, you might have a police station. After 3 kilometer, after 4 kilometer, so those police stations are controlling the crime in your area. So that is also one of the part of the government that the government has to do. Even during natural calamities, है ना, जब earthquake आ जाता है, flood आ जाता है, सूखा हो जाता है, जब बारिश नहीं होता है, these are known as natural calamities. Floods, drought का मतलब सब कुछ सूख जाना, पानी नहीं बरसता है, जब बारिश नहीं होती है, that is known as drought. So in that time people are in quite trouble, disturbed, people need help during an earthquake, during flood, during drought. So the government provide aid, means the government help them and relieve them to the affected people. They used to provide them home, they used to provide them food to eat also, with the help of chopper, है ना. हेलीकॉप्टर से बहुत बार आप देखे होंगे कि मदद करते हैं. The government used to help the people who are stuck in a particular earthquake or flood, है ना. जब लोग फंस जाते हैं, परेशान रहते हैं, the government used to come and help them also. The government also maintain and control the railway as well as postal services. That is another point you can mention. Government और क्या करते हैं, maintain करते हैं railway को भी और postal services को भी. Postal services means the postman. You might have seen postman also. So if you want to send a letter to a particular area, then you can take the help of post office. So that post office, railway station, airport, all these are maintained by the government. So the government also protects the boundaries of the countries. That is most important, my dear students, because if you will not protect our boundaries, then the people of the other country will enter in our country and they will start living in our country, and later on they can ask us to leave our country. So we must protect the boundary of our country. We must not let others enter in our country. Many criminals, many terrorists also can enter in our country if we will not protect the boundary of our country. So the government also protect the boundary of the country also. And the government maintain relationship with other countries on the basis of agreement. और हमारे government क्या करते हैं, दूसरे कंट्री के साथ में जो है एक अच्छा रिलेशनशिप बना के रखते हैं. Because other countries which are our neighbors, who are our neighbors, they will help us na in the time of need. So we have different type of agreements with our neighboring countries, so that we can help them in time of need and they can also help us in time of our need. So we have agreement. हम लोग government क्या करते हैं, कुछ ऐसा agreement करते हैं दूसरे country के साथ. And if there is a theft or robbery in your house, the victim report to a police station, है ना. अगर आपके घर में चोरी हो जाता है, if there is a theft or some robbery in your house, then where do you go? You used to go to police station and report, and then the police catches, है ना. Then the police used to catch those terrorists or those robbers, है ना, or the thief, and they used to punish them, and they used to return all the things that have been robbed from your house. So it is also the work of the government. The police arrest the culprit. Culprit किसको बोलते हैं? जो गुनाह करता है, जो गलत काम करते हैं, है ना. क्रिमिनल्स को बोलते हैं, कल्प्रिट बोलते हैं. So the police arrest the culprit and produces him in the court. और फिर कोर्ट में क्या होता है? Where the judge delivers his judgment. So then the police is arresting the thief or the robber, and then they are sent to the court where the judge give them punishment for their work. So police station and court are also the part of the government. So police station और court दोनों भी कौन है? ये भी government के एक part है. They are also the part of the government. So we have discussed a lot of about the work of the government, and you have the one question from me as a homework. You will have to write what is government, and you will have to write about the work of the government. दो question आपको solve करना है. That you will have to solve, my dear students. Okay, let us move ahead, and here you can see that there is a summary of how the government works, and what are the work of the government. You can write from here. That is very good one over here. So we will start the next chapter, the next page. Some rules and regulations have to be made by the government for various purposes, है ना. रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस भी बनाना पड़ता है गवर्नमेंट को अलग अलग कामों के लिए. द गवर्नमेंट मेक लॉस ऑन द बिहाफ ऑफ पीपल फॉर देयर प्रोग्रेस, सिक्योरिटी, सेफ्टी, सबके लिए गवर्नमेंट लॉ बनाते हैं. एंड इट टेक डिसीजन एंड इम्प्लीमेंट देम आल्सो फॉर द पीपल लिविंग इन इस region, in his area. The government make decisions and implement the decisions also, so that they can implement the decisions for the people only. They used to make decisions for the people, and they used to make rules and regulations for the people also, so that each of us can live peacefully. And the next topic, organs of the government, that we will complete tomorrow, my dear students. That is all in this class. Thank you. Stay at home and stay safe.
Hope that you have liked the video, and we will meet again in our next video release of the tutorial. And if you are new to this channel, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon to get the information of the next release of the tutorial. Please share it with your friends and others also. Thank you for the time being. Take care. Stay at home. Bye bye. Take care. Very good morning to all of you, my dear friends. This is Shafiq Ahmed, and you're all welcome to your favorite YouTube channel. Let's learn together.
So a very good morning to all of you, my dear students, and we are back. And this is the second, this is the chapter, and this is the second class of this chapter. So before starting this chapter or the next topic, that is about the organs of the government, I'm going to share one story with you all. And that story begins with that there is a family, and the family consists of grandparents also. Grandparents and parents are also there, and one of the name of the student is Shafiq. The name of the student is Shafiq, and Shafiq is having his parents, father and mother, and his father and mother is also having his father and mother. Means Shafiq is having both parents as well as grandparents. Now during the night, Shafiq's grandparents make one law, you can say make one particular thing that is to be followed from the next morning in the house. Everyone will follow that particular rule. Means the grandparents of Shafiq has made one particular rule which should be followed by everyone in the house from the next morning, and that rule was made in the night around 9 or 10 p.m. And the grandparents have asked Shafiq's mother, means mother of Shafiq, to implement that particular rule from the next morning. So Shafiq's mother understood that particular rule, and she said, okay, I will implement this rule from the next morning. And what was the rule? The rule was that everyone will have to get up in the morning at 5 o'clock. Everyone, every day will have to get up, will have to wake up in the morning at 5 a.m. Everyone will have to. And that is the rule made by the grandparents of the house. And the mother of Shafiq was his grandparent, Shafiq grandparent, told the mother of Shafiq, है ना, to implement मतलब कि कल से इसको लागू कर दिया जाए घर पे. और ये लागू करने का काम, implement करने का काम किसको दिया गया है? शफीक्स मदर, शफीक के मदर को दिया गया है. And mother of Shafiq is going to implement, means she will ask everyone that everyone will have to wake up in the morning at 5 a.m. And if someone will not follow that particular rule in the house from the next day, then Shafiq father is going to punish him. Shafiq father is going to judge, whether that particular person of the house has broken that particular rule or not. So we can see over here that there are 3 types of people involved in this particular house who is going to implement the law, implement that particular rule. There are 3 types of persons. Number one, grandparents are the persons who are going to make the rule. They have made the rule. And mother is going to implement. And father is going to check and punish those who will break the law. So there are 3 different type of people involved in that particular house to implement, to formulate that particular rule, to implement that rule, and to punish those also who will break that particular law in the house.
Sir, voice.
In the story we have just gone through that there are 3 different types of people involved in that making a rule. One, there were grandparents. The grandparent has made that particular rule. So they are known as the head of the, you can see, they are known as the head of the family also. So they have made that particular rule. But in our country, the same system is being followed. The person who used to make law for the country, those who used to make make law for the country, the whole country, they are known as legislature. The person who used to make law for the country, they are known as legislature. And the person who used to implement that law, they are known as executive. उनको executive बोलते हैं. They, those who used to make, who used to implement that law. In the case of that story, mother was implementing the law, so mother is known as executive. And there and the father of Shafiq के father क्या कहते हैं? He used to punish. He used to punish who will be breaking the law, who will break the law. So in our country also, who will break the law, he or she will be punished by the judges. So they are known as judiciary. So there are 3 different organs of the government also in our country. Likewise in that house also, in that house there were grandparents who were known as legislature, those who used to make rule for the country, those who used to make rule for that particular house, they are known as legislature. And those who will implement, those who are going to implement that rule in that particular house, in that story, mother was responsible for implementing that particular rule in that house. So mother was known as executive. So in our country also, prime minister is there, chief minister is there, and MLA are there, MPs are there, and even police station, police are there. So they are responsible to implement a particular rule for the country, in the whole country. So they are known as executive, जो इस रूल को क्या करेंगे, लागू करेंगे कंट्री में, यानी सबको बताएंगे और बोलेंगे कि आपको ये फॉलो करना है. दे आर नोन एज एग्जीक्यूटिव. और लास्ट में कौन है? जुडिशियरी. जुडिशियरी मीन जजेस. दे विल पनिश if you will not follow, then you might be punished by the judiciary. And in that story, who was punishing? Father was punishing. father will decide whether you have broken the law or you have not broken the law. So in this case, in that case of house, that is father is the judiciary. He will decide and punish. So in our country also there is a judiciary department also, means there are different type of courts in our country who are going to decide whether you have broken a particular law or whether you have not broken a particular law. Now the judge will decide. So they are known as judiciary. So finally what we have learned, that there are three branches or organs of the government. Number one, legislature, those who used to make rule or law, and the executive, those who are going to implement that law, and the judiciary, those who are going to punish and decide whether you have broken that law or not. So that is all in this particular organs of government that we have learned. The legislature consists of parliament. Now we are going to decide and divide the legislature into two different groups. Okay. So let me decide. So my dear students, what we were discussing about, that there are three different organs of the government. So now the legislature consists of parliament at the national level and legislative assemblies at the state level. So the legislature are having two different types of government. One is known as parliament, which is at the national level, यानी parliament जो होता है वो पूरे country के लिए होता है. And there is legislative assemblies at the state level, and there are small parliament, you can say, they are known as legislative assemblies in every state. So legislative assemblies are there in every state of India or in a democratic type of democratic country. The legislature are having different type of legislative assemblies in every state. Okay, and parliament is at the national level. It means parliament, if there is a parliament in your country, and whatever the rule will be made in that particular parliament, है ना, whatever the rule, कोई भी rule अगर parliament में बनता है, कोई भी rules and regulations या law, if any law is made at the parliament, means that particular law should be followed in all the state of that country. If a rule has been made in the parliament, but if a particular rule or law has been made in the legislative assembly, because legislative assemblies works at the state level only, then the law which is made in the legislative assembly of that state, then that particular law will be followed in that state only. Suppose, let me give you one example, that drinking alcohol, है ना, शराब पीना, drinking alcohol has been banned in Bihar because it was decided in the legislative assembly of Bihar that no one will drink alcohol in Bihar. बिहार में शराब कोई नहीं पिएगा, ये decide किया गया, and that rule, that law has been made in the legislative assembly of Bihar. So it means that only the people of Bihar, only the citizens of Bihar will follow this particular rule, that no one will drink alcohol in Bihar, because that rule, that law was not made in the parliament. If that rule had been made in the parliament, then it should be followed by all the state of the country. Suppose if a rule has been made in the parliament that no one will drink alcohol, then it means that no one will be able to drink alcohol in all the state of India, if that rule has been made in the parliament. But suppose if the rule has been made in the state only, in the state legislative only assemblies, then that rule will be followed in that only state, in that state only. So that is the difference between a parliament and a legislative assembly. So my students, try to understand this one, that parliament and legislatives are two different organs or two different divisions of the you can say legislature group. Legislature group का ये दो different parts हैं. The number one is parliament and the other one is legislative assembly. Parliament में कोई भी rule बनने से it will be followed throughout the country, and if a particular rule has been made in the legislative assembly, then it will be followed in that state only. Okay, now let us move ahead. The laws have to be implemented also. throughout the country. So if the law remain on paper only, no purpose is solved. And if a particular law has been made in the parliament and it is written on the paper, and if that written paper, if the law will be written only and it will not be implemented, then no purpose is solved. Then what is the benefit of making a law if you are not implementing it, if you are not using that law in your country? Then what is the benefit, what is the advantage of making a law? There will be no advantage. So there are persons, there is a group, there is a department who used to implement that particular rule which has been made in the parliament. So those who break or violate the law got to be disciplined and punished, है ना? जो लोग law को तोड़ेंगे, those who will break that law, they should be punished, they should be disciplined, है ना? Then this is done by the executive. तो ये देखने का काम किसका है कि whether someone is breaking the law or not, that is the work of the executive. Whether the law is being followed in the country or not, that is the part done to be done by the executive people. And these executive people consist of minister, prime minister, chief minister, and even the council of minister at the national level. और ये काम किसका होता है? मेरे प्राइम मिनिस्टर का, and the minister who are working with prime minister. All the work is to be done to implement that particular rule in the country. This work is to be done by the prime minister and his council of ministers at the national level. National level मतलब पूरे इंडिया के लेवल में. And at the state level, if a law has to be implemented, then it consists of the executive department, it consists of chief minister and his council of minister also. Chief minister और उनके मिनिस्टर्स का काम ये होता है कि वो किसी भी रूल को इम्प्लीमेंट करें. Okay, so the administrative and the police staff at the national and state level also form the executive organ of the government. तो एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव स्टाफ जो है, जैसे कि आप मान लेते हैं डिस्ट्रिक्ट मजिस्ट्रेट होते हैं, है ना, ब्लॉक डिस्ट्रिक्ट ऑफिसर भी होते हैं, बीडीओ होते हैं, है ना. सो दीज आर द persons, and even there is a police station also. So police station, administrative staff like DM, BDO, na, they are also included in the executive department, executive level of the government. They are also known as the executives because they are going to implement the law. So now we have discussed about the persons who are included in the executive department, executive organ of the government. Now we will have to discuss about the third level, that is the third organ of a government, that is the judiciary. So if someone is breaking the law, then police will catch. Okay, so police is known as the executive, and the court, the police used to take those persons to the court where the judge is sitting there. So the judge will decide. The judge will decide whether really that person has broken that law or not, whether he has not broken the law. So judge will decide after many arguments. You might have seen argument in the court also, in many movies, in many serials also. So the judge used to decide, and if the person is really violated, if the person is really has broken the law, then the judge used to punish. The judge used to punish that particular person, whether he is the chief minister or whether he is another judge. He will be punished because the law is implemented on each and every one. No one is above the law, my dear students. Everyone will have to follow. Even the prime minister, even the chief minister, even all the judges also, they will also have to follow a law. If anyone will break the law, then the other judge will also punish that particular judge also. Chief minister also, even prime minister also can be punished if the prime minister will break any particular law of the country. Then prime minister like Narendra Modi ji, he will also be punished if he will break the law. So no one is above the law. That I want to say कि लॉ जो होता है यानी कानून जो होता है वो सबके लिए होता है और कोई भी कानून से ऊपर नहीं होता है. नो वन इज अबव द लॉ मींस एवरीवन विल हैव टू फॉलो. इवन द प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ द कंट्री कैन बी पनिश्ड इफ ही और शी विल ब्रेक द लॉ. प्रेसिडेंट को भी सजा मिल जाएगा अगर वो लॉ को ब्रेक करते हैं. So don't break the law, my students. Whatever the law of the country, you will have to follow. Yes, in a democratic country like India, in our country, you can protest against a particular law. You can ask the government to change the law, but you cannot break the law. So these are the three different organs of the government. Number one, legislature. Number two, executive, and the last one is the judiciary. Now you can see there may arise a difference regarding the interpretation of law also. Means agar law banaya gaya hai, if the law has been made in the parliament and if it is not explained properly, और लॉ अगर नहीं समझ में आ रहा है पूरी तरीके से सभी लोगों को, then that explanation of the law will be discharged by the judiciary. Then judiciary क्या करेंगे, यानी judge, the court will decide and the court will explain the whole country that what is the meaning of that particular law which has been made by the legislature group. So the judge also have one more function. Means judge will have to explain the law also to the people if that law is not understood by the people. So judge is going to punish also, and the judge is going to punish to explain that particular law also. Now there are three different types, division of the judiciary department in our country also. Judiciary department के भी तीन अलग-अलग part है. Number one, it consists of the Supreme Court at the union or the national level. यानी पूरे country के लिए एक ऐसा court है that is the top court, है ना? That is known as the Supreme Court. Means if the Supreme Court will give punishment to any person in a country, then no one can stop that punishment. Means Supreme Court will decide, then that will be final. And Supreme Court is only one in a country. There is only one Supreme Court. There are no other Supreme Court in a country. Supreme Court is the head of all the judiciary department. Okay, so Supreme Court is at national level, यानी national level यानी पूरे country के level में ये decide करते हैं Supreme Court. But at state level means every state is also have a high court also. Means सभी state में एक high court भी होता है that will function at the state level. Means if someone is doing crime or breaking the law, then first of all it will be finally decided by the high court of that particular state. But there is one more court, my dear student, that is known as district court, which is at district level. यानी हर district में भी एक court होता है. Like Gaya is a district where we are living, and Gaya is also having a court that is known as district court. So at the top is Supreme Court. Below that Supreme Court, there is a High Court which is there in every state, and there are district courts which are many. If there are 10 districts in a state, then every district will have a district court also. So first of all, if someone has broken the law, then that particular person will be taken to this district court. If the district court will decide and give the punishment, then that particular person can apply for review of the decision in the High Court. And if the High Court also punish that person, then that person will have the final chance that he can apply for the review of the judgment in the Supreme Court. And if the Supreme Court will also punish, then you cannot go anywhere. That particular punishment you will have to accept. But in the case of, suppose you have been given punishment of death, then you can apply to the president only. In the case of, if you have given punishment of death, then you can apply to you can ask for mercy from the president of the country. And if the president of the country will think that, okay, your death punishment should.
Hope that you have liked the video, and we will meet again in our next video release of the tutorial. And if you are new to this channel, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon to get the information of the next release of the tutorial. Please share it with your friends and others also. Thank you for the time being. Take care. Stay at home. Bye bye. Take care. Very good morning to all of you, my dear friends. This is Shafiq Ahmed, and you're all welcome to your favorite YouTube channel. Let's learn together.
So my students, we have discussed yesterday and day before yesterday, what does the government do, what is the government and a function of the government. We have discussed the different organs of the government, that is legislature, executive, judiciary. And we have discussed the division of legislature. The legislature has been divided at national level and at the state level also. And at the national level, it is known as parliament. And at the state level, the legislature is known as legislative assemblies. Okay. And we have also discuss about the executive also, which consists of the prime minister and his council of ministers at the national level. And at the state level, there is a chief minister and his council of ministers who used to execute the law or the plan of the government. So these are the people in the executive. And we have also discussed the division in the judiciary also. So the judiciary also has been divided into three different levels, and they are: number one, that is at the national level, they are known as Supreme Court, and judiciary, the highest or the top court is known as Supreme Court, which is at the national level. We are only having one Supreme Court in India, which is in Delhi, जो कहाँ पर है? Delhi में है. And we have also High Court in every state. एक High Court हर state में होता है. And in Bihar, our High Court is in Patna. So every state is having their High Court in the, you can say, capital of that state. Suppose West Bengal will have its High Court in Kolkata. Bihar is having in Patna. And likewise, Maharashtra will have its High Court in Mumbai. So every state is having their High Court mostly in the capital of that particular state. So High Court is also there in every state, and there is one district court also in every district of India. Every district, जितने भी districts India में, सभी district में एक district court भी होता है. That is the local court also, you can say. So there is a division in judiciary also, so that we can manage and just live our life. And you can see over here that is Supreme Court is the apex court of India. You can see in the photograph, my dear student, that it is written that Supreme Court is the apex court of India. It means that apex means top, at the top court, the top court, or the, you can say, the most important court also in India. And the top court means if something has been decided in this court, if the judgment has been given from this court, then no one can stop that particular judgment. No one can, you can say, no one can stop it. So we came to know that Supreme Court is the only one Supreme Court. We are having only one Supreme Court in India, located in Delhi. And every state has a High Court, as I said. And all districts of a state have a district court each also. यानी जितने भी districts हैं India में, हर state में districts हैं. There are districts in every state of India. So each district is having its district court also. Because if there will be no district court, then all the cases will be going to the High Court only, and High Court will be very, very, very busy. They cannot decide, they cannot judge people on time also. They cannot give the judgment on time if there be a lot of cases in the High Court. So that's why there are district court also, and district court can also handle the cases. So the burden has been divided. The burden has been distributed among High Court and district court in every state. In every state, there is two types of court: High Court and district courts. And district courts are available in every district. Like Gaya is also a district, Patna is also a district. So Patna is having two types of court: district court also and High Court also. So likewise, Gaya is also a district, so Gaya is also having one district court also. Jahanabad is also a district, so it is also having one district court. So likewise, my dear students, there are district courts in each and every district of India. and Supreme Court is only one. That is one in India. That is in New Delhi. Okay. I hope that you all understand about the organs of the government, that are legislature, executive and judiciary. Now we are going to learn about the levels of government. Government के levels होते हैं, and there are 5 levels. Let me tell you. Number 1, national level होता है. Means the government will act according to the national level. That is throughout India. Then the government can work at the state level also. That is the second division. Then the government works at the district level also. That is the third division. And the government can work at a block level also. And now every district has been divided into block also. So, such as in Gaya there is Sheherghati block. In Gaya there is Gaya block also. So likewise the districts have been divided into different block also. So the government works at that block level also. And finally at the panchayat or the municipal also level. And the last one, that is the 5th one, the government works at the panchayat, that is in the village side also. The government works at the village also. So there is one more government at the village side also, that is known as panchayat levels or the municipality levels also. So what we have come to know, that there are 5 levels of government also. Now let us see who is the real head of the government. ये सभी का head कौन होता है? The real head of the government at the national level is the Prime Minister. So Prime Minister is the head of all the states of India. He is the head of the government of India. At national level, यानी पूरे देश के, है ना? At national level, the head of the government is Prime Minister. And who will tell me the name of the Prime Minister of India? Yes, you're all right, my dear students, that Narendra Modi ji is our Prime Minister of India. Very good. So the real head of the government at the national level is the Prime Minister. So ठीक है, Prime Minister पूरे इंडिया के government के head है. And at the state level, state के head कौन है? At the state level, the Chief Minister is the head of the government at the state level. So who is the Chief Minister of Bihar, my students? Yes, you are right, Nitish Kumar. So Nitish Kumar is the head of the government of Bihar. And the head of a district administration, और एक district का head कौन होता है? District का head, तो you are right, my dear, district collector or the district magistrate is the head of the government at district level. In every district, district DM, district magistrate of Gaya, is the head of the government at district level, at their district. And there is also one head, the head of the government is also known as the block development officer. ये कौन है? Block development officer, who is the head at the block level. You can see, we can see over here that there are different heads of the government. National level में Prime Minister है, state level में Chief Minister है, and the head of the administration at the district level is district magistrate, or you can say district collector also. And block level में कौन है? The block development officer is the head of the government at the block level. So you can see, my student, that there are different heads of the government also, you can see. So as we discussed, let us move ahead. The various powers of the government are divided and listed in our constitution. So the powers of the government means the power means what is the power of Prime Minister, what is the power of the Chief Minister, what is the power of district magistrate, and what is the power of block development officer. Everything is written in our constitution. Everything is listed in our constitution of India, that who are having how many powers and what powers are they having. So the list of powers and functions regarding the subject on which only the national government can make law is known as the union list. Means there are some you can say some type of subjects or some type of things on which the national government on which the national on which the laws can be made at the national level only, means the prime minister or his council of minister can make laws on few different subjects, on few different, you can say few different work of the country, such as defense system, such as railway, such as foreign relation, यानी defense से related, railway से related या foreign relation से related law जो बनाया जाएगा, है ना, whatever the law or the rule and regulation you can say also, whatever it will law will be made, it will made at the national level, यानी national level में ये सारे law बनेंगे, means the law which will be made at the national level, it will be followed by each and every citizen of India. All we have to follow the rules or the laws that has been made in the national level. और ये national level में जो subjects है on which the law can be made only by the prime minister and his council of minister, that is at national level, it is known as union list. एंड यूनियन लिस्ट में जितने भी लिस्ट में जितने भी मैटर्स हैं, जितने भी सब्जेक्ट्स हैं, उन पर लॉ कौन बना सकता है? ओनली you can, the law can be made at the national government. National government will make the law national level mein, such as defense, railway or foreign relations. Now let us move ahead. The list of powers and functions pertaining to the state government, और स्टेट गवर्नमेंट जिस चीज पर कानून बना सकता है, मीन्स ऑन द सब्जेक्ट ऑन विच द स्टेट गवर्नमेंट कैन मेक लॉ, इज नोन एज स्टेट लिस्ट. और जिसमें क्या क्या आते हैं, व्हाट आर द लिस्ट, व्हाट आर द थिंग इन दैट पर्टिकुलर लिस्ट? Law and order, means how will people live in that particular state, what type of law they will follow, they will have to, it will, the such type of law will be made in the by the state level of that particular state, means chief minister and his council of minister will make law about that particular thing. लैंड रिफॉर्म है ना, लैंड्स को कैसे रिफॉर्म किया जाएगा, हाउ विल द लैंड विल बी डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड एंड व्हाट विल द टैक्स ऑन द लैंड एंड व्हाट विल बी द डेवलपमेंट इन द लैंड, ऑल दिस थिंग, ऑल द लॉ रिगार्डिंग टू दिस पर्टिकुलर लॉ एंड ऑर्डर, लैंड रिफॉर्म, एक्साइज टैक्स है ना, टैक्स कितना लेना है, एग्रीकल्चर से रिलेटेड, even health and sanitation से related, all these type of law will be made by the state government. State government इन सब चीजों पर law बनाएंगे, and this is known as state list. So there are one more list, there is one more list, that is concurrent list. It means that both the government can make law on these subjects, means on this particular part of the government or the subjects. They are known as concurrent list, जिसमें दोनों गवर्नमेंट लॉ बना सकते हैं. कौन कौन से गवर्नमेंट, यानी नेशनल लेवल पर भी बन सकता है लॉ और स्टेट लेवल पर भी बन सकता है. Those particular subjects are listed in the concurrent list. This list include price control, यानी कौन से चीजों का दाम कितना होगा, like what will be the price of petrol and diesel in the country, that can be decided by the state government also, or it can be decided by the national government also. And even at the time of education, the decisions or the law can be made by both the government, national government as well as state government also can make law regarding the education. So price control education is in the concurrent list. So whatever the thing is in the concurrent list, it means that both the government, national as well as state government, can make law in these matters. And if the thing is in the state list only, means law and order, land reform, tax, agriculture, health and sanitation, यानी state list में जो भी चीज का नाम है उसमें law कौन बना सकता है? Only the state government can make law in these particular subjects. And in defense, railway, foreign relation, है ना, foreign other countries से हमारा relation क्या होगा, agreement कैसे होंगे, that type of law will be made by the national level only, by the national government, which are in the union list. So there are three different type of lists: union list, state list, and concurrent list. Hope you all understand, my dear students. So we have discussed all about the different type of list. Now you can see over here in this image, everything is clear over here. The three levels of government. Number one, you can see the national level. National level में government कैसे है जरा देखते हैं हम लोग. Let us see. The legislature is there. And in the legislature you can see the parliament is there at the national level, you know, and the parliament is further divided into Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. And these Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, they used to make law for the country. So the legislature include Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, that is in the parliament. So parliament has been divided into two, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, and they used to make law for the whole country. Now let us come to the executive part of the government. That is, the executive includes the president, you can see, and then the vice president, and then you can see in the box the prime minister and his members and his team members. The prime minister and the council of ministers, council means committee of his ministers, and a member of his ministers. So the prime minister and his different minister will be also in the executive part of the government. And what they will do, the executive they will do, they will execute the law. Execute matlab implement, law को implement करेंगे, है ना? That I told you in the story also, that if there is a law in your home that everyone will have to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, then your mother has been asked to implement that law. Means your mother will ask everyone, get up at 5 o'clock, and if you will not get up, then you will be arrested by the police. So, and you will be punished by your father, because in that story your father was the judge. So in this particular national level, we can see over here that execute the laws and they administer the country also. Means they used to take control of the administration also. Means the police is also under the control of this executive department, and police is used to administer the particular state also, to look into the affairs of the administration. So executive include president, vice president, prime minister and his ministers. Okay, now let us come to the third level, that is the judiciary. So now the judiciary is been divided into Supreme Court, that is at the top, and below Supreme Court is the High Court. And High Court, we all know that every state is having one High Court also. So High Court is just below the Supreme Court, and below Supreme Court there are district court. They are also known as subordinate court also. Okay, and what this judiciary part used to do, we have come to know about the legislature, that what are they doing? The legislature are making law for the country. The executive are executing the law, implementing the law. Suppose if there is a law and written on the paper only, then it will be of no use if that particular law will not be implemented or not be in use. So executive is used to implement that law. And judiciary क्या करते हैं? They safeguard the constitution. Constitution को ये बचाते हैं, बचाने का काम करते हैं. They interpret the laws, means they explain the law. ये explain भी करते हैं law को. Means if the law has been made by the legislature, then this law can be explained by the judiciary also. Judiciary is used to explain the law. यानी कुछ नहीं समझ में आ रहा है तो लॉ में, तो ये जुडिशरी आपको हेल्प करेंगे, एक्सप्लेन करेंगे. सो पहला काम क्या है जुडिशरी का? सेफ गार्ड द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. मींस दे विल लुक इनटू द मैटर, दे विल लुक इनटू द लॉ. लॉ में ये देखेंगे वेदर दैट पर्टिकुलर लॉ is according to the constitution or is against the constitution. That will be looked by the judiciary part of the government. Judiciary यही देखते हैं कि कोई भी लॉ जो बनाया गया है वो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के हिसाब से बना गया है या कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के अगेंस्ट या कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के खिलाफ बनाया गया. तो ये जुडिशरी देखते हैं. और अगर वो उसके खिलाफ बनाया जाएगा, if that particular law is against the constitution, then the judiciary can stop also that particular law, can put a hold on that particular law also. So judiciary is quite important, my dear students, very very important, because they are safeguarding the constitution. It means if they are safeguarding the constitution, it means that they are safeguarding us, my dear students. We are very fortunate enough, and they also protect the citizens' rights.
Hope that you have liked the video, and we will meet again in our next video release of the tutorial. And if you are new to this channel, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon to get the information of the next release of the tutorial. Please share it with your friends and others also. Thank you for the time being. Take care. Stay at home. Bye bye. Take care. A very good morning to all of you, my dear friends. This is Shafiq Ahmed, and you're all welcome to your favorite YouTube channel, Let's Learn Together.
As we all know that we have discussed about the three levels of government in India that we are having, the three levels of government, and the first one is about the national level. अब national level में कैसे distribution है that we have discussed in our previous class, so I'm not going to discuss that one. अब हम लोग देखते हैं state level में क्या है distribution. What is the distribution of the government at the state level? So in state level also there are three different organs of government: the legislature, executive, and the judiciary. And legislature has been divided into two different part also, विधान परिषद and विधान सभा. तो सेकेंड स्टेट लेवल में, सेकेंड में यानी स्टेट लेवल में भी लेजिस्लेचर, एग्जीक्यूटिव और जुडिशरी होता है. एंड लेजिस्लेचर इज डिवाइडेड इनटू विधान सभा एंड विधान परिषद. और एग्जीक्यूटिव यानी दोज हु इम्प्लीमेंट द लॉ ऑफ द स्टेट, है ना, जो भी लॉ बनता है स्टेट में उसको इम्प्लीमेंट करना, उसको लागू करना, वो किन लोगों का काम है? द एग्जीक्यूटिव ऑर्गन ऑफ द डिपार्टमेंट हैज टू इम्प्लीमेंट ऑल द प्रोग्राम्स, ऑल द लॉ ऑफ द स्टेट. सो एग्जीक्यूटिव में कौन लोग होते हैं? देयर इज ए गवर्नर हु इज द हेड ऑफ द स्टेट. एंड गवर्नर के बाद कौन होते हैं? चीफ मिनिस्टर. लाइकवाइज इन बिहार नीतीश कुमार, श्री नीतीश कुमार जी इज आवर चीफ मिनिस्टर. एंड हिज काउंसिल ऑफ मिनिस्टर्स आर द एग्जीक्यूटिव्स, are the people who will implement the law in the state. And there is a judiciary also. In our state also there is a judiciary, and the judiciary is divided into two different parts, that is high court, है ना, हर स्टेट में एक हाई कोर्ट होता है. एंड द हाई कोर्ट ऑफ बिहार इज इन विच प्लेस? इज इन पटना. एंड देयर आर सबऑर्डिनेट कोर्ट्स आल्सो नोन एज डिस्ट्रिक्ट कोर्ट आल्सो. सो यू विल फाइंड in every district there is a district court also. So like in Gaya is a district, so we are having a district court in Gaya, है ना. So likewise we are having high court in Bihar also, that is in Patna. So the judiciary भी दो पार्ट में डिवाइड है, हाई कोर्ट और सबऑर्डिनेट कोर्ट्स. और एग्जीक्यूटिव भी दो पार्ट में डिवाइड है, गवर्नर एंड चीफ मिनिस्टर. और लेजिस्लेचर डिपार्टमेंट, दोज हु मेक लॉ, है ना, जो लॉ बनाते हैं, दोज हु मेक रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस, दे आर आल्सो डिवाइडेड इन टू पार्ट, विधान परिषद एंड विधान सभा. ये क्या है? स्टेट लेवल का है. और नेशनल लेवल का हम लोगों ने डिस्कस कर चुके हैं हम लोगों ने. एंड लेट मी डिस्कस अबाउट द नेक्स्ट वन आल्सो. लेट मी मूव डाउन, स्क्रॉल डाउन. यस, एंड यू कैन सी ओवर हियर. अब आते हैं हम लोग लोकल गवर्नमेंट, यानी कि ये रूरल एरियाज मींस विलेज साइड में, विलेज में कैसे करके होता है ये डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट विलेज में. तो सबसे टॉप में कौन होते हैं? डिस्ट्रिक्ट मैजिस्ट्रेट, यानी कि पूरे डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवल में पूरे डिस्ट्रिक्ट को देखना उनका काम होता है एट रूरल साइड. और ब्लॉक लेवल में कौन होते हैं? दैट इज नोन एज द सेकंड टायर, उसको कहते हैं द पंचायत समिति भी कहते हैं. एंड वी आल्सो से ब्लॉक डेवलपमेंट ऑफिसर आल्सो. और सबसे फर्स्ट टायर में जो आते हैं, यानी उनके नीचे जो काम करने वाले होते हैं, दे आर नोन एज ग्राम पंचायत, नोन एज सरपंच. दे वर्क एट द विलेज लेवल. सो आप देख सकते हैं इन द विलेज साइड ऑल्सो, इन द रूरल एरियाज देयर आर थ्री टाइप्स ऑफ लोकल गवर्नमेंट. लोकल गवर्नमेंट को तीन पार्ट में डिवाइड किया गया, दैट इज एट विलेज लेवल, एट ब्लॉक लेवल एंड एट डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवल. Who is head at the village level? ग्राम पंचायत सरपंच is the head of the village. And at block level, यानी पूरे बहुत सारे गांव को मिलाकर एक ब्लॉक बन सकता है, और वो ब्लॉक लेवल में होते हैं ब्लॉक डेवलपमेंट ऑफिसर. और उसके ऊपर कौन होते हैं? डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवल में एक होते हैं डिस्ट्रिक्ट मैजिस्ट्रेट, जिसको हम लोग जिला परिषद भी कहते हैं. अब आते हैं हम लोग अर्बन एरियाज, यानी कि सिटीज में, टाउन्स में, जहां आप लोग रह रहे हैं, हम लोग रह रहे हैं. दे आर ऑल्सो थ्री टाइप ऑफ लोकल गवर्नमेंट, यानी इसको भी तीन पार्ट में डिवाइड किया गया. एंड एट द टॉप इज व्हाट? म्युनिसिपल कॉर्पोरेशन. म्युनिसिपल कॉर्पोरेशन होते हैं सबसे टॉप में, जो लोकल गवर्नमेंट देखते हैं इन टाउन्स एंड सिटीज. और टाउन में, छोटे छोटे टाउन्स में भी होते हैं, दैट दे आर नोन एज म्युनिसिपल कमिटीज. तो उससे ऊपर कौन होता है? म्युनिसिपल कॉर्पोरेशन. म्युनिसिपल कॉर्पोरेशन आर इन बिग सिटीज, बट म्युनिसिपल कमिटी हो जाता है स्मॉलर टाउन में, और उससे भी छोटे छोटे हो जाते हैं डिवाइड, गवर्नमेंट डिवाइड और हो जाता है नीचे जाकर, जो कंटेनमेंट बोर्ड भी कहलाता है या ट्रस्ट भी कहलाता है, पोर्ट ट्रस्ट ऑल्सो, दे आर ऑल्सो पोर्ट ट्रस्ट एंड कंटेनमेंट बोर्ड ऑल्सो. सो वी हैव सीन नेशनल लेवल में भी हम लोगों ने देख लिया, वी हैव सीन एट द स्टेट लेवल ऑल्सो, एंड वी हैव सीन इन द रूरल साइड एंड द अर्बन साइड ऑल्सो कि गवर्नमेंट कैसे काम करता है ना, हाउ दे हैव डिवाइडेड देयर वर्क एंड हु आर एट द टॉप. सबसे टॉप कौन है यहाँ रूरल साइड में, डिस्ट्रिक्ट साइड में कौन है थे, डिस्ट्रिक्ट मैजिस्ट्रेट, ब्लॉक साइड में ब्लॉक डेवलपमेंट ऑफिसर, और आपके जो हो जाते हैं ये वेट अ मिनट, हाँ, विलेज लेवल में कौन हेड हो जाते हैं, सरपंच, ग्राम पंचायत. और अर्बन साइड में, अर्बन यानी कि सिटीज और टाउन्स को बोलते हैं हम लोग अर्बन्स, तो अर्बन एरियाज में म्युनिसिपल कॉर्पोरेशन सबसे टॉप में होता है, सबसे बड़ा काम होता है उनका, और वो बड़े शहरों में होता है म्युनिसिपल कॉर्पोरेशन. लेकिन छोटे छोटे शहर जो होते हैं, टाउन होते हैं, वहां पर म्युनिसिपल कॉर्पोरेशन नाम नहीं होता है, उनका नाम चेंज हो जाता है. क्या नाम हो जाता है, म्युनिसिपल कमिटीज. और म्युनिसिपल कमिटी से भी छोटा छोटा और पार्ट होता है, यानी कि गवर्नमेंट का काम देखने के लिए कैंटोनमेंट बोर्ड भी होता है और ट्रस्ट भी होता है, यानी ग्रुप ऑफ पीपल होते हैं जो लोग काम करते हैं अर्बन एरियाज पे. सो दैट वी हैव सीन इन द 3 डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ गवर्नमेंट. नाउ वी विल डिस्कस अबाउट द टाइप ऑफ गवर्नमेंट, कितने टाइप्स के होते हैं. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस अबाउट द डेमोक्रेटिक टाइप ऑफ गवर्नमेंट विच इज इन आवर कंट्री, जो हमारे कंट्री में है. We are having a democracy in our country. We are having a democratic type of government in our country. So let us see, ये होता क्या है. It is the people in a democracy. It is the people who used to elect their representatives to rule on their behalf. Mean in a democratic country, we the people used to elect our representative. Representative कौन है, those who will take decision on our behalf, जो हम लोगों के बिहाफ में डिसीजंस लेंगे, हमारे लिए काम करेंगे. दे आर नोन एज आवर रिप्रेजेंटेटिव. और वो रिप्रेजेंटेटिव को हम लोग खुद से इलेक्ट करते हैं विद द हेल्प ऑफ इलेक्शन, वोटिंग करके. सो इन ए डेमोक्रेसी the people used to elect their representative to rule on their behalf. हम लोगों के बिहाफ में वो रूल करेंगे, हमारे हक के लिए वो फैसला लेंगे, वो फैसला करेंगे. They will take decisions on our behalf and they will take care of the rules and regulations in the state, or you can say in the country also. तो डेमोक्रेटिक गवर्नमेंट में क्या होता है, रिप्रेजेंटेटिव को कौन इलेक्ट करता है, the people used to elect their representative. A democratic form of government is always responsible to the people, है ना. डेमोक्रेटिक गवर्नमेंट में the ruler will have to, or you can say the representative will have to answer all the questions of the people. They are responsible to the people. वो लोगों को जवाब देना पड़ता है लोगों को. If you will ask question from your representative, then your representative will have to answer, and if he or she will not answer, then you, yani we, the people can remove them. Abraham Lincoln, one of the American president, who was the president of America during the year 1861 to 1865, he has given a simple definition of democracy. He was a great champion of democracy. You can see his photograph also on the right side of the page. You can see over here, Abraham Lincoln. He was the president of America during 1861 to 1865, and he was a great you can say champion of democracy. Means he was in favor of democracy, and he gave the definition. He defined democracy as, in simple word, that democracy is a government of the people. Means it is a type of government who will look for the welfare and progress of the people only. यानी एक ऐसा गवर्नमेंट होता है जो लोगों का सिर्फ क्या सोचता है, भला सोचता है, प्रोग्रेस सोचता है ना. who will think of and who will do the work only for the welfare and progress of the people. So he said that democracy is a government of the people, even by the people. because in democracy we used to elect our representatives, so we can say that it is our government, we have formed the government. So that's why he said that democracy is a government by the people. And again he said that democracy is a government for the people. और ये government किसके लिए बना है? Government लोगों के लिए बनाया गया है. So this government is of the people, means they will have to responsible, they are responsible to the people. Again you can say that it is a government by the people, means we have formed the government, and this government is for us only, so we can say that it is for the people also. So in simple word you can say democracy is a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. This means that a democratic government will have to function for the welfare and progress, है ना. अच्छे काम के लिए ही इसको काम करना होगा ये गवर्नमेंट को, डेमोक्रेसी को. It is responsible to the people. Democratic type of government, they are responsible to the people. India example में India, USA, UK and a United Kingdom of Britain, they are all democratic country. And in this system everybody is treated as equal. Means democratic type of government में everyone is equal. No one is small and no one is big. Everyone is having the same value. Every right will be enjoyed by everyone. है ना. जो भी आपको आजादी मिला है, जो भी मिलेगा वो सबके लिए होगा. Means if you have the right to speech, means that you can express your views, then it is for all the people who are living in that country, that everyone is free to express their views or put their opinions, and even they can criticize the government also. आप चाहें तो government के criticize भी कर सकते हैं. We can protest against the government also, or we can praise the government also. So these are the rights which is enjoyed by every people of the country as equally. तो democratic government में ये बहुत अच्छी बात है that everyone is equal in this type of government. Let us move ahead. That I have discussed this part. Another form of government is monarchy. Another form of government is that monarchy.
Hope that you have liked the video, and we will meet again in our next video release of the tutorial. And if you are new to this channel, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon to get the information of the next release of the tutorial. Please share it with your friends and others also. Thank you for the time being. Take care. Stay at home. Bye-bye. Take care. A very good morning to all of you, my dear friends. This is Shafiq Ahmed, and you're all welcome to your favorite YouTube channel. Let's learn together.
A very good morning to all of you, my dear students. So we have discussed yesterday about the type of government, which is one democratic one. So now we are going to discuss about the type of government which is monarchy. Monarchy का मतलब होता है kingship. यानी किंग या क्वीन जो है वो रूल करता है कंट्री पे. एंड दैट मोनार्की सिस्टम इज ऑलवेज ए हेरिडेटरी सिस्टम. इट मींस व्हाट मींस फर्स्ट फादर विल बिकम द किंग एंड देन हिज सन और डॉटर विल बिकम द नेक्स्ट किंग और क्वीन एंड सो ऑन. हिज फादर his son will become, and then his son will again become, our daughter will become the king. That happens in a monarchical form of government. Means it is a hereditary system where the family of where the members of the same family used to become the king or the queen of the next time. So that is the thing that happens in a monarchical form of government. A king or queen is also known as monarch. In a monarchical form of government, they are known as monarch. यानी किंग या क्वीन को हम लोग मोनार्क भी कहते हैं. And all the powers of the government are just concentrated in the hands of the king. I mean the king or the queen, they have all the type of powers. I mean even they can make laws, even they have to implement the laws also, and they will punish the people who will break the law also. Means legislative, executive and the judicial type of government, or the levels of government, or you can say organs of government, are governed by those king or queen only in this type of government, monarchical form of government. And legislative, executive और judicial power सब किसके हाथों में रहता है? monarch के हाथ में रहता है. और monarch can be a queen or can be a king also. मोनार्क किंग भी हो सकता है, क्वीन भी हो सकती है, और ये सारे पावर्स जो है लेजिस्लेटिव, एक्जीक्यूटिव एंड जुडिशियल पावर्स आर इन द हैंड्स ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर किंग और क्वीन ओनली. He or she is responsible to nobody for his actions or her actions and decisions. Means the king or the queen will have, we don't have to give anyone any type of answer to anyone in this type of government. No one can ask questions from the king or the queen. The king or the queen can take any type of decision from themselves only. They do not need anyone's help, or they do not need anyone's suggestion. If they need suggestion, they can ask for, but no one can ask them or force them to take decisions on others' behalf. So king and queen, they are the sole responsible person in a monarchical form of government. They do not have to take any type of decisions or any type of suggestions from anyone. They can only take the decisions. Usually they also have a council of ministers also. उनके पास कुछ councils of ministers, कुछ ministers भी होते हैं, who are the head of various departments. such as agriculture department के लिए एक head होता है ना, और for military department के लिए एक और head होता है. But all the heads are under the king or the queen. King और queen के अंदर ही होते हैं सारे जो head होते हैं. They are also under the king or the queen. Means they cannot take their decisions of their own. Only the king or the queen will take the final decisions. They can give suggestions. This council of minister will give suggestion, है ना. Agriculture department के जो head होंगे वो जो है suggestion दे सकते हैं king या queen को. But if that suggestion will be followed or will be accepted by king or queen, that all depends on the king or queen only. King or queen पर ही depend करता है कि वो follow करते हैं कि नहीं उसके decisions को, whether they accept such type of decisions or not. But in short, I am saying we can understand that in a monarchical form of government, king or queen are the one only who takes all decisions, who are only responsible. But no one can ask any question from king or queen in this type of monarchical form of government. तो अब मान लेते हैं ये इस टाइप का गवर्नमेंट कौन से कंट्री में है आज के देश में, आज के टाइम में. इन करेंट टाइम which country is having this type of government? Yes, let me tell you. There are 3 countries I am giving you example, and there are more other countries also. Number 1, United Arab Emirates. They are having this type of government, monarchical form of government. Even Saudi Arabia are also having this type of government, monarchical form of government. And even Bhutan also is having the same type of government, that is monarchical form of government. They are having the king over there ruling the country, and they don't have to answer anyone. Now, till recently, Nepal was a monarchy till 2008. 2008 तक जो है Nepal was also a monarchy. There was a king ruling in Nepal also. But now it is a democratic country. They have changed. They have abolished that monarchical form of government. They have abolished that. So in this case, in monarchical form of government, we can jot out the points that king or queen is the whole and sole responsible for the actions. No one can ask question from the king or the queen. They ask for the suggestion, but the final decision is taken by the king or queen only. Okay, that is the type of government, monarchical form of government. Now let us move ahead to the next form of government, that is authoritarian or the dictatorship. Authoritarian or it is also known as dictatorship. Okay, let us resume our class. Yet another form of government is authoritarian or the dictatorship. Now, what happened in this type of government? All the power of the government are concentrated in the hand of a particular individual. एक आदमी के हाथ में सारा power रहता है. यानी अब एक group of members are not there. In the monarchy, there is a family to whom all the powers are having. But in dictatorship type of government, all the powers are in the hand of a particular person, individual. एक व्यक्ति के हाथ में पूरा पावर रहता है. वो लॉ बना भी सकता है. He can make laws, he can break the laws, he can change the laws, he can implement the laws, and he can punish anyone anytime because he is the dictator. वही उसके हाथ में सारा पावर है, वो कुछ भी कर सकता है. And let me tell you the fact: dictator can make the progress of the country, or it can also decline the country, decline the progress of the country. Dictator जो है वो country के progress को बहुत बढ़ा भी सकता है और progress को बहुत नीचे भी लेके जा सकता है. That is all about the dictator. He does not or she does not listen to anyone. वो किसी का नहीं सुनता dictator. वो सिर्फ अपना सुनता है और अपना हिसाब से काम करता है. He just used to listen to him or her only. खुद के ही सुनता है, वो किसी का नहीं सुनता. Usually symbolic or farcical elections are held on a limited scale. और वो एक मतलब just to show off वो एक election भी करवाता है and on a limited scale in some places only where he knows that he will win the election. He just used to have election in such places only. Dictator. Wherever he knows that he will lose, he do not have such election in that particular time in that particular area. He will just declare himself as the winner. There is the monopoly of a single party. Monopoly मतलब यानी कि एक ही आदमी का, एक ही पार्टी का बात चलता है और कोई किसी का पार्टी का किसी आदमी का बात नहीं चलता है. That is known as the monopoly. Means all the rights are having with a single party or a single person. As you might know, you might have heard the name of Hitler and Mussolini also. Hitler और Mussolini का नाम सुना होगा आपने. They were very powerful dictators. Hitler was the dictator of Germany and you can see his image also. आप फोटो भी देख सकते हैं. Adolf Hitler was the most powerful dictator of Germany. Germany का ये बहुत बड़ा powerful dictator रह चुका है. कौन? Adolf Hitler. And Mussolini was the dictator of Italy. The long reigning dictator of Libya, Muammar Gaddafi. क्या नाम है लीबिया के डिक्टेटर का नाम? मुअम्मर गद्दाफी. You can see his image also. यहाँ पे देख सकते हैं. He was also one of the dictator of Libya. And what happened to him? He was deposed. उनको निकाल दिया गया. And even he was killed by the people recently. बहुत पहली की बात नहीं है, बहुत recently he was killed by the people of the country because those people they don't want this type of dictatorship rule in their country. In other significant event, you can see the long-serving president of Egypt. Egypt के president थे ये आप देख सकते हैं पर होस्नी मुबारक. He was the president of Egypt and he was also ruling like a dictator. वो भी किसी का नहीं सुनते थे. He was just ruling by himself. And he was also deposed and exiled recently. He was sent to another country. यानी उनको देश से बाहर निकाल दिया गया होस्नी मुबारक को, है ना, उनको देश में रहने नहीं दिया गया. He was exiled. Exile का मतलब बाहर भेज देना दूसरे कंट्री में रहने के लिए. वो वहां नहीं रह सकते इजिप्ट में. Now you can see about Myanmar. Myanmar, which was ruled by a military dictator, is leading on the path of democracy. Myanmar भी जो है वो it is also ruled by a dictator nowadays, but they are also moving toward the path of democracy. They are also moving. They are also going to accept democratic type of government in their country. You might also have heard the name of Saddam Hussein, who was also the dictator of Iraq. Iraq के dictator का नाम है Saddam Hussein. He was the head of Baath Party. है ना, वहां पर इराक में एक पार्टी था बाथ पार्टी and that particular बाथ पार्टी was winning the election every time. So Saddam Hussein was the head of the party and he was the dictator. Dictator क्या होता है? उनके हाथ में सारा power होता है. They do not listen to anyone. They used to take their own decisions. He was the head of the Baath party, Saddam Hussein, who monopolized power, है ना, जिन्होंने power पर पूरा कब्जा करके रखा था. That is the another form of government, that is dictatorship type of government, or you can say authoritarian. It means all the authorities are with a single person. एक ही आदमी के हाथ में सारा authorities होता है. Hope you got this one about the dictatorship type of government. Now we will have to go through about the democratic type of government. Democratic type of government क्या होता है कि people used to elect their representative. This was achieved in India. We have achieved this democratic type of government after a long and painful struggle against the Britishers. Britishers से हम लोगों ने लड़कर ये democratic type of government हासिल किया. We got this. We won freedom from the British rule in August 1947. 15th August 1947. We used to celebrate as our Independence Day. And Indian Constitution came into effect on 26 January 1950. और 26 January 1950 को Indian Constitution भी हम लोगों ने adopt किया था. Where we have written about the rules of the country. And people in other countries of Asia, Africa, they also struggle to get democratic type of government. है ना, एशिया के और भी बहुत सारे countries ने struggle किया, but they are now democratic type of government, where people used to elect their own representative, their person who will rule them. And these representative जिसको हम लोग चुनते हैं, actually in India or in other democratic type of government, we do not rule by ourselves. हम लोग खुद directly rule नहीं करते. We used to elect our person, our representative on our behalf. हम लोग अपनी जगह पर अपने एक आदमी को elect करते हैं कि ये आदमी जो है हमारा रूलर है, ये आदमी के बात हम सुनेंगे, and this person will make laws in our country and we will abide by all the laws made by this representative of the country. So in a democratic type of government, representative, they used to make law and they used to govern the people. That is why now democracy is also called that it is by the people, of the people and for the people also. And the word democracy is derived from the Greek word demos. है ना, democracy word कहाँ से आया है? Greek word से demos. Demos meaning people. Demos का मतलब people होता है. And the word cracy. The word crazy means rule. Now people rule. It means what democracy means is the rule of the people. And that is a great fact, my dear student, that the root of democracy in India was laid in ancient time. That is 2600 years ago. Buddha and Mahavir were born in Republic of India. So the roots of democracy was laid in 2600 years ago. Democratic type of government at present are called also representative democracies. Now why? ये democratic representative democracies क्यों कहलाता है? Democratic type of government. Why it is called as representative democracies? Because people do not participate directly. People do not participate directly in these governments. लोग जो हैं गवर्नमेंट में डायरेक्टली पार्टिसिपेट नहीं करते, वो अपने लिए क्या चुनते हैं? एक वार्ड कमिश्नर, एमएलए, एमपी, they used to elect now. So that's why those MLA, those chief minister, those MP, they used to take decisions on our behalf and we used to elect those persons. That is why I am saying that in a democratic type of government, we do not rule directly. This is called representative democracies. Representative यानी आपके बिना आपकी जगह पर जो फैसला लेगा आपके लिए, है ना, उसको कहते हैं representative. That nowadays at your home, आपके घर में जो रिप्रेजेंटेटिव है, योर फादर एंड मदर, योर पेरेंट्स आर योर रिप्रेजेंटेटिव, एंड दे विल टेक डिसीजंस. योर फादर एंड मदर यू विल टेक डिसीजंस फॉर यू, so they are known as representative. So likewise in our country also we have our representative who will take decisions, who will govern our country, who will rule our country. Elections होता है in our country. Elections to the parliament and the state assemblies are held every 5 years. Election कितने साल में होते हैं? हर 5 साल के बाद होता है. Every 5 years we have elections, and each and every citizen of India who are attained at the age of 18 years and above, और जिसका भी age 18 years से ज़्यादा हो जाता है या 18 years हो जाता है, they used to vote. They have the right to vote in election. कितना year होना चाहिए? 18 years and above. They are eligible to vote. They are eligible. They can elect their representative. They can vote in the ballot box, or they can vote in the EVM machine also. So they have to get 18 years of age, and this is also known as universal adult franchise. My dear student, किसको कहते हैं? यानी जो लोग वोट देने के काबिल हैं, those who are 18 years of age, whether they belong to any caste, any religion, any sex, है ना, whether male or female, if they are 18 years of old, then they can vote. This is known as universal adult franchise. This is all in this class, my dear students. We will meet again in our next class. Hope you like the class. Thank you all. Stay at home and take care of yourself.
Hope that you have liked the video, and we will meet again in our next video release of the tutorial. And if you are new to this channel, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon to get the information of the next release of the tutorial. Please share it with your friends and others also. Thank you for the time being. Take care. Stay at home. Bye-bye. Take care. A very good morning to all of you, my dear friends. This is Shafiq Ahmed, and you're all welcome to your favorite YouTube channel, Let's Learn Together.
So a very good morning to all of you, my dear students. You're all welcome back over here. And yesterday in our previous tutorial, we have discussed about the universal adult franchise. But now we are going to study in detail about that history of adult franchise. Hota kya hai and what is it and how we have got this greatest gift of country, you can say. By adult franchise, what we mean that every adult citizen, adult means who are 18 years and 18 years above, they are known as adult citizen. जिनका एज 18 years हो जाता है, they are known as adult citizens. Whether they are male or female, है ना, मेल हो या फीमेल हो, सभी को हम लोग कहेंगे adult citizen. Whether they belong to any caste, है ना, कोई होता है ना, कोई राजपूत है, कोई भूमियार है, and someone is a Brahman is also there. So and someone is different caste are there. Even there are different type of races also, creed that are known as race, है ना, यानी अलग अलग जात के लोग भी होते हैं, जाति के लोग होते हैं. एंड इवन पीपल आर ऑल डिफरेंट कलर, कोई बहुत व्हाइट होता है, समवन इज क्वाइट ब्लैक, समवन इज वेरी फेयर आल्सो, and they also belong to different races and alag alag jaat ke, that are same thing. And region also, they belong to different region, that in different area. Someone is from Bihar, someone is from Calcutta, someone is from Jammu and Kashmir, and someone is from Mumbai, Chennai. So they belong to different region also. Someone used to have property, someone do not have their property. Someone are educationally qualified and कुछ पढ़े लिखे होते हैं, someone are illiterate also, and people are also from different type of religion. कुछ हिंदूज होते हैं, तो कुछ मुस्लिम्स, कुछ सिख्स, and different religions कुछ लोग होते हैं. Even there are many people who are Christians also, and they all do different type of profession also. Someone is a doctor, someone is a farmer, someone is an engineer, and someone is a teacher like me. So they all belong to different type of people. So in adult franchise, what we mean that everyone is included, whether a male, female, whether from belong to any caste, creed, color, any race, any region, any area, any property. If they don't have property, then also they will include. And even they are qualified or not qualified, whether they belong to any religion or any profession, everyone is allowed to vote in the election. That means adult franchise, है ना, universal adult franchise we used to call it by the name universal adult franchise. Also means everyone will be allowed to vote who is above 18 years of old or 18 years of old, है ना. That is the meaning, real meaning of universal adult franchise. Everyone will be allowed. There is only one criteria, and that the criteria is about the age. सिर्फ एक criteria है, वो age का. Otherwise, there is no criteria. सभी लोग वोट दे सकते हैं. That is known as adult franchise. So the idea underlying this principle is that sovereignty lies with the people. Means that the supreme authority should be with the people. That means the people should be at the top. People, यानी लोग, citizens of the country should be at the top of everything. Citizens से बढ़कर कुछ नहीं होना चाहिए. That is the thing why this idea of adult franchise has been introduced and are accepted as well as followed by many of the countries of the world also. There are some facts, my dear students, that we have to go through. That France gave women the right to vote in the year 1945. So before 1945 in France, the women were not having, the women, I'm talking about the women, female, the female were not having the right to vote in 1925, before 1945 in France. France में 1945 से पहले women को ये इजाजत नहीं था, they cannot vote in the election. The women were not allowed to vote before 1945, but they got the right to vote in the year 1945. In Switzerland, where direct democracy is practiced, women's suffrage was introduced in 1971. Look, 1971 Switzerland में तो all late हो गया, है ना. The women got the right to vote in 1971. यानी कि 1971 से पहले, before 1971, the women were not having the right to vote in Switzerland. And even you can see in India, the first general election held in India, that is in 1952, were based on the principle of universal adult franchise. Means before 1952 in India also, everyone was not allowed to vote in India before 1952. But from 1952 until now, everyone is allowed to vote in India who are 18 or plus years of age. Those who are 18 and those who are more than 18, they are allowed to vote in India, everyone. whether he or she belong to any caste, any religion, any profession, or any region, or whether they are qualified, whether they are illiterate, whether they are having property or whether they are not having property, whether they are black or white or mixed color, and everyone is allowed in India to vote. That is known as universal adult franchise. पूरे universe में ये follow किया जाता है that everyone should be allowed to vote in an election. Non-whites were not allowed to vote in South Africa till recently. Recently they have got the right to vote. The non-white people, यानी कि जो black people हैं जो South Africa में रहते हैं, they were not having the right to vote. But recently they got the right to vote also. So non-white, है ना, जो white नहीं है. So now you can see. So it is important to know that during the British rule in India, India was under the Britishers. We all know, we got independence in 1947. So India were under the British rule. So only a limited number of people were allowed to vote at that time during the British rule. British rule के time में बहुत से कम लोगों को ही allow करते थे वो लोग vote देने के लिए. Only few people were allowed, and those who were allowed, they were having the higher status, है ना? जो those who were wealthy, those who were very you can say faithful to the British government, only those people were allowed to vote in British rule. So several leaders or you can say freedom fighters also of India were against this unfair practice. ये unfair है ना, ये तो इंसाफ नहीं है कि आप किसी को वोट देने के लिए allow करते हैं और किसी को नहीं देते हैं. That is unfair. So many leaders and freedom fighters were against, है ना, वो इनके खिलाफ खड़े हो गए. They started protesting, like Gandhi ji, Jawaharlal Nehru and Vallabhbhai Patel. They all demanded that all adults should have the right to vote. So these people, these are the leaders, those who have started protesting against that particular unfair practice where the Britishers were only giving right to few people for voting rights. So these people, Gandhi ji, Jawaharlal Nehru, Vallabhbhai Patel, they all started demanding for all adults that everyone will have to right to vote, will have the right to vote above 18 years of age. So after getting the independence in India, these people make sure, they drafted the constitution and they made it sure that the right to vote to all adults of India have to be given. So they have given the right while making the constitution. जब इंडिया का constitution को frame किया गया, so they took special care that the right to vote to all adults in India should be given. And now we are also enjoying that right also till now. We are all allowed to have a vote, have a right to vote, who are above 18 years of age. So in the journal, एक journal छपा था, that was known as Young India. Gandhi ji written in 1931 against the practice of giving right to vote to only propertied and educated people. So at that particular time during the British rule in the year 1931, only the propertied man, means those who were having property and those who were having education, only those people were having the right to vote before independence and during the British time. तो कौन से लोगों को वोट देने का इजाजत था? Those who are they are having their own property, यानी जिसका अपना बिल्डिंग होगा, जिसके अपना खेत होगा, है ना, those who are having their building or those who are having their own land, they are known as propertied man, है ना, जिनके पास property होता है खुद का. And educated, we all know that you people are all educated, we are all educated. So those who have got education, they were only allowed, and those who were having property, they were only allowed to vote be in the British rule. But Gandhi ji considered this as an inhuman and unjust practice. गांधी जी ने कहा कि ये इंसानियत के खिलाफ है, inhuman है ना, इंसानियत के खिलाफ है, and unjust, और क्या कहा उन्होंने, ये ना इंसाफी है ना, that is unjust, ये इंसाफ नहीं है. उन्होंने कहा कि ये इंसानियत के खिलाफ है. Who told this? गांधी जी. कब कहा उन्होंने? In this journal 1931 में ये जर्नल आया था Young India के नाम से. So गांधी जी told that in journal, it was written. And Gandhi ji demanded the right to vote for all adults of the country. He demanded कि सभी adults को vote देने का right मिलना चाहिए. He demanded. A minority of people could not be allowed to rule on the majority. Gandhi ji ने बहुत clearly बताया that only few people, those who will have the right to vote, they will rule on these people, those who are not having the right to vote, such as people like peasants and laborers. So he was saying कि कुछ लोग जो हैं वो बहुत सारे लोगों पर राज नहीं कर सकते. He was saying that everyone should be equal in the eye of law. Everyone should be equal while giving the votes also. So Gandhiji was in favor of giving the right to vote to all the adults of India. People in Britain, USA, they also have to go through long and powerful struggle to get this universal adult franchise. तो सिर्फ इंडिया में नहीं, even in Britain, even in USA, people started fighting, they started protesting to get this universal adult franchise right. सिर्फ इंडिया में नहीं, बहुत सारे देश में ये हुआ कि लोगों ने प्रोटेस्ट किया, लोगों ने स्ट्राइक किया. Then they got this universal adult franchise. Then they got the right to vote. In 1848, you can say a movement called suffrage movement. 1848 में एक मूवमेंट यानी कि एक कैंपेन स्टार्ट होता है. उस कैंपेन का नाम, उस मूवमेंट का नाम क्या था? सफरेज मूवमेंट. एंड वेयर दिस मूवमेंट स्टार्टेड इन? इट स्टार्टेड इन यूएसए. और ये मूवमेंट का मकसद क्या था? व्हाट वाज द डिमांड? द डिमांड वाज दैट राइट टू वोट फॉर वुमेन. They were just fighting for the right for women. Women were doing this type of suffrage movement. Suffrage का मतलब होता है voting rights को लेना. So this suffrage movement was started in USA by the women in the year 1848 in United States of America, and the demand was that women should also be given the right to vote. तो women ने भी बहुत लड़ा है. They are also very very good women, and they also know how to do strike, how to do campaigning, how to start a movement. Everyone. They went on hunger strikes. उन्होंने भूख हड़ताल किया. Hunger strike मतलब खाएंगे पिएंगे कुछ नहीं जब तक वोट देने का राइट नहीं मिलेगा. So they went on hunger strikes to press for their demand. अपने डिमांड को पूरा करने के लिए they went for hunger strike, that is भूख हड़ताल. Women got the right to vote in New Zealand in 1893. न्यूजीलैंड में भी वुमेन ने बहुत ये स्ट्राइक किया, हंगर स्ट्राइक किया, प्रोटेस्ट किया, and they got the right to vote in 1893. In Australia, they got the right to vote in 1902, and in USA, they got the right to vote. Women got the right to vote in 1920. You can see, my students, the 1848 may start with a movement, and they got the right to vote in the year 1920. You can see over here that 72 years they fought for getting the right to vote. Those women, I really pay a salute to those women that they have fought for so long to get the right to vote. Let us congratulate and let us clap for those women, those who have fought for this particular woman right to vote. Let us salute those women. And in the UK, United Kingdom, they got the right to vote in the year 1928. My students, those women, they got the right to vote in 1928. Really, I am very, very happy that there are such women, those who can fight for their rights. Even in India, I salute the women, those who came out recently, during that campaigning of CAA, Citizens Amendment Act, and even in that NRC Act. So women in India are also very good. Women in India also, they are very courageous. India में भी जो women उनके पास बहुत हिम्मत है. They can come on the streets. They can protest against the government or any type of unjust law or anything. They can. I really salute those women. Those who have the dare, those who have the courage to come in front of the people, in front of the government, and ask for the right thing. So only people who own property and are educated were allowed to vote before that, है ना? लेकिन women ने इसको हटाया. And this is one of the poster, my dear students, you can see over here. एक पोस्टर है जिसमें आप देख सकते हैं कि suffragette पोस्टर, एक पोस्टर बना के लगाया गया दीवारों पर, protesting against forced feeding of women on hunger strike. You can say the people are trying to feed, है ना? यहाँ पर कुछ लोग जो हैं जबरदस्ती women को खिलाने का कोशिश कर रहे हैं पकड़ कर. You can see many of them are holding their legs, है ना? आप देख सकते हैं. Let me zoom it. You can see, my dear students, over here कि एक वुमेन को पकड़कर जबरदस्ती खिलाया जा रहा है. They are forcing one woman to eat something, and you can say they are just उनके पैर को बांध दिया गया. They are just binding the leg and holding their legs and hands also, so that they can break their hunger strike. भूख हड़ताल को खत्म करने के लिए उन्होंने जबरदस्ती किया है. That is the poster is saying over here, that the men have done injustice to the women. They tried to break their hunger strike by force, है ना? जबरदस्ती किया उन्होंने. Women and the downtrodden people all over the world had to wage a long and powerful struggle to get the right to vote. So women और downtrodden कौन लोग हैं? जो गरीब लोग हैं, जो बहुत मजबूर लोग होते हैं. All women and these downtrodden people, they all struggle. उन्होंने बहुत fight back किया. Struggle means what? Fight back. They fight back to get the right to vote. Women struggle to get voting right against, gained momentum during the first and after the First World War. और women का ये जो वोटिंग राइट के लिए स्ट्रगल करना था, फाइट बैक करना था, इसको बहुत तेज हवा मिला, मींस इट स्टार्टेड राइजिंग, बहुत तेजी से ये बढ़ने लगा ड्यूरिंग द फर्स्ट वर्ल्ड वॉर एंड आफ्टर द फर्स्ट वर्ल्ड वॉर दैट हैपेंड फ्रॉम 1914 to 1918. You can see in the picture, my dear students. During the war, most of the adults and able-bodied men went to battlefront. वॉर के टाइम में क्या होता है, ऑर्डर्स लोग होते हैं और एबल बॉडीड यानी कि जो लोग लड़ सकते हैं, दे यूज टू गो टू द फ्रंट, है ना, इन द टू बैटल, लड़ने के लिए वो बॉर्डर पे चल जाते हैं. बट वुमेन केम आउट ऑफ देयर हाउसेस एंड स्टार्टेड वर्किंग इन फैक्ट्रीज एंड प्लेसेस. सो अगर इफ द मेन विल गो आउट इन द बॉर्डर टू फाइट, देन हु विल वर्क इन द फैक्ट्रीज एंड अदर प्लेसेस. सो वुमेन केम आउट ऑफ देयर हाउसेस एंड दे स्टार्टेड वर्किंग इन द फैक्ट्रीज एंड अदर प्लेसेस to what to do, make up for the men. They began organizing and managing different kind of work. Women started organizing, they started doing different kind of work. Many of the stereotypes that women cannot do this thing, women cannot do that thing, that are known as stereotypes. So all those stereotypes have been broken. ये सब women ने तोड़ दिया कि हम रेलवे का ड्राइवर भी बन सकते हैं. I can run the railway train also. I can become the pilot also. All these type of stereotypes against the women that have been broken by the women. Many suffragettes were imprisoned, है ना, जो लोग रिवॉल्ट करते थे उनको कहते हैं हम लोग सफरगेट्स, है ना. those women who used to fight for the rights, they were imprisoned. बहुत सारे वुमेन को जेल भी भेज दिया गया when they demanded the right to vote. They were forcibly fed in prison. जबरदस्ती उनको जेल में भर भर के डाल दिया गया, जेल में भेज दिया गया. Women were forcibly fed in prisons and they united and organized a great campaign. और फिर उसके बाद क्या हुआ, all the women of India, all the women of different part of the world, they got together and they started fighting against the government. They wanted the demand, their demand was to get the right to vote. And this is also known as women suffrage movement. Women का ऐसा movement को क्या कहते हैं हम लोग, women suffrage movement, which means that they demanded for the right to vote. There have been movements in several countries demanding right to vote for all. हर countries में ये जो है होना शुरू हो गया. The movement was there in all over the countries from the women's side also, that they also want the right to vote. You can see in the photograph, my dear students, in India, people standing in queue to cast their vote in election. Even you can see women are standing on the line. In the line means they have got the right to vote in India also. That is all from this chapter, my dear students. That's all. Thank you. Hope you got the things. And if you have any question, then you can post that question in the YouTube channel also. You can ask me questions over here also. That's all. Stay safe and stay at home, my dear students. Now I'm going to take attendance. That is quite compulsory. I will have to take the attendance, my dear students. So let me take the attendance first.
Hope that you have liked the video, and we will meet again in our next video release of the tutorial. And if you are new to this channel, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon to get the information of the next release of the tutorial. Please share it with your friends and others also. Thank you for the time being. Take care. Stay at home. Bye bye. Take care.